Hey guys, my name is SickofBOT1, and welcome back to the Kirby's Dream Collection Marathon, or if you're just joining me, specifically Kirby 64, the very last game that is featured on the Kirby's Dream Collection disc. I've done all 5 of the previous ones, and we're finally doing Kirby 64, which is an interesting one. Obviously, it was released on a Nintendo 64 towards the end of its life, and features different styles of graphics, different style of gameplay, somewhat. I mean, it's still the same core Kirby gameplay. This is also kind of special for me because this is one of the first Let's Plays I ever did when I was still using an iPod Nano to film my TV screen. As you can see, we are being invaded by darkness. I did this blind back in the day because, I mean, I didn't grow up with a Nintendo 64, and around when I originally did this, which I believe was in 2011 at this point, 9 years, I mean, it was my first experience playing on the Wii Virtual Console. I didn't know what to expect, and by happenstance, I did it around the same time as Slim Kirby's Let's Play of this game. If you don't know who Slim Kirby is, well, he's a person. Anyway, title screen, I already had a 100% completed file from a few years ago, I suppose. And recently I got the physical cartridge of this game not too long ago for like $30. Nintendo 64 games are expensive, especially if they're first party. And it had Monsters Inc. stickers on the back, which is probably why it wasn't as expensive as it could have been. I played a little bit of it to see if I might prefer capturing it off the original cartridge, but I think I'm going to get better picture quality from my Wii U. So, yeah, I know how to use it, but okay, he's not going to teach us. I will teach you, and this is where Kirby comes into the picture, because, as always, he needs to save the day. Won't it be nice to know what I'm doing in this game now? I'm still going to have a little trouble with some of the collectibles in this game, because some of them can be very weird. But Kirby's on top of things. He wants to make sure that we have transportation. I don't know why I said transportation. Basically, plot of the game. A crystal gets split into a bunch of pieces by a dark matter, and Kirby vouches. He says, "Hey, I'm gonna help." Interesting thing about this, while it is on the Nintendo 64, it is not a full 3D game. It is still basically a 2D game, or a 2.5D game, if you will. And as such, you don't really use the control stick. In fact, I think I tried it on the original cartridge and it doesn't work. Oh, whoops. I'm gonna keep trying to press B as jump, because, immersion breaking, I am not using a Nintendo 64 controller for this. I'm instead using... I'm using a Wii Classic Controller Pro. I don't know if it's called Pro. I think it is. But, if you don't know what it is, here's a picture, I suppose. Anyway, the gimmick of this game is that every power can be combined with each other, basically. To compensate for this, there are 7 copy abilities in the game. Only 7 of them, but you can mix and match them any way you want. Even similar ones, like you can do fire and fire. If you... I'm gonna try to show them all off. I might miss some. I'm sorry if I do. But, as you can see, Kirby's fire and cutter, that's the flaming sword, which I affectionately called the Power of Love from Scott Pilgrim vs. the World when I did this blind. I might remember little details about this from the original Let's Play here and there. There's a lot more where that came from, though. And there's no sword power in this game to compensate for the fact that you have a flaming sword with the cutter. And I think I can ditch this one for now. Just remember your training. We got the needles, which... Stunning. Fleshy needles. Fleshy needles. Don't you forget it. Thank you for doing that. I very much wanted you to do that. Yeah. It's kind of weird using the A button on this controller to jump, but it's pretending to be an N64 game, so I guess what can you expect? So, my My instinct is to press Y to do sucking and B to do jumping, but nope, it's A to jump, B to suck. And, yeah. Usually when you combine the same power, it's just going to be a bigger version, but sometimes it can surprise you. We got Needle and Cutter, we got Mawile, basically. And this was in 2000... I think it's 2000, yeah. Game. It was in 2000. Mawile didn't exist yet, not until 2003. That's your history lesson on Mawile. I think we need Bomb to get a crystal here. Now, as opposed to some of the previous Kirby games we've been playing, there's three collectibles in each level. Each and every one of them. Not one per world, not one per level. It is 3 per level. You need Bomb to blow that up. This game is good at color-coding breakable objects, so if you see something that's black, it'll be with a bomb. Anyway, we got Waddle Dee here. Hello, Waddle Dee. Hello, Waddle Dee. Waddle Dee very much approves. Yeah, Waddle Dees don't appear as an enemy in this game. Instead, they are an ally of Kirby. Except for, I'm getting a little ahead of myself, never mind. Waddle Dee, he greets the Waddle Dee instead of trying to eat it. And it's a Waddle Doo! And it is a boss. Well, there's not a boss at the end of every level. This is just kind of to set up the plot of the game. You'll see what I mean. And this guy is not hard. None of the bosses are really that hard. And these first level bosses, they give a thing. And Waddle Dee decides to tag along on our little adventure. We very much appreciate his company, and he's going to make things a whole lot better. And we're at a picnic table. You press A to pick your direction, and A again to wind up your jump, basically. Ugh, I wanted the card. The cards are the big collectible of this game, and, well, they're not necessary for 100% completion, and I don't really go for them that much. I mean, getting all of them would essentially boil down to playing levels again and again and again. And that's not something I'm gonna be doing. I don't think I even really completed the arena in Superstar, so whatever. So we got Rock. You turn into a rock, and you can actually walk for the first time as a rock, which I think is really cool. But it's Kirby 64, so you know that there's something else going on here. I'm gonna show this first. Fire and Rock, it's a volcano. Yeah, I'm really worried about showing off all of these powers. I don't think I'll be able to, because, you know, I have short-term memory loss. Do I? I'm not the most thorough person. Let's just say that, I suppose. Come on, thank you. And some powers are more useful than others. You'll know what I mean. And due time. Bomb and Rock. Okay, Bomb and Rock is an interesting one, and I want to show it off. Even though it is required for a thing later. Hello, Torchic. I know I called these things Torchic in the original Let's Play, so that's something to look forward to. Torchics. You're gonna jump high. Yep. I know these games. Dynamite. And this can actually hurt you if you're not in your hard hat, which you get by holding down. It is overkill to power up. See what I mean? And that was a huge blast radius, so it's actually really dangerous. Fire in the hole! Thank you for coming to my Kirby 64 speed run. I don't think I could even speedrun a Kirby game. Okay. Swap this. You mother. Sparky guy? Anyway, from when I'm recording this, tomorrow is the Super Bowl, and I don't even know who's playing in it. I'm gonna be honest there. Sparky Rock. That's good coverage. It is customary for these combined power-ups to be really good, basically. Bam. Bam Margera. You know, I'm playing a lot of Tony Hawk's Underground 2 lately. So he's been on my mind. And here we go. This is one you gotta see. It's a refrigerator. It creates food. Or random junk. I guess once it exhausts all the food it can make, it just starts producing random junk, or... Okay. Push it in place. So it's a good... It doesn't really attack enemies, I don't think. At least not efficiently. So there are limits to it. Oh! I forget what this one is. Oh wait, no I don't. It's a exploding snowman. They just really went weird for some of these, I gotta say. And that's a little thing that happens in these levels. Your partners, throughout your adventure, are gonna help you. They're gonna pilot vehicles. There's some other stuff they'll do, which I'll go over when we actually have more buddies. Because yes, we'll have more buddies, and they will be buddies. They are true buddies. So we got that. And we gotta get back up, because in this game, Kirby doesn't actually have infinite flutter. He still has a lot, but he does not have infinite flutter like he had in previous games. I missed some stuff. Yeah, can't explode by pressing the B button. You gotta actually ram into these guys. Which is kind of annoying. These mini-bosses... These mini-bosses don't really show up much in this game, so they are kind of pushovers. And they don't show up much in comparison to other games. Anyway, we got a leaf texture that's glitching out. Thank you for that. Wii game emulating an N64 game. Although, if I was playing this on an actual N64, it would be pretty blurry. It might be a little blurry on your end because of the way I'm capturing this, but... eh. I still think it would be better than if I was trying to capture from the original console. Anyway, this is Adeline, and she's evil. So this is a redo of the boss fight against Ado from Kirby's Dream Land 3. In fact, there's some theories that Ado and Adeline are actually the same person, just with a different name for whatever reason. I mean, they have identical designs, pretty much, so that's not a far-fetched theory. Obviously, what I'm doing, I'm just sucking up everyone. And the last thing she's drawing is so foul that it has to be pixelated. That is funny. She's got a little more, though. She's got an ice dragon. Insert ProZD reference here. Drawn in the style of Kirby's Dream Land 3 as well, which I think is really cool. And I'm fighting it like you would a traditional Kirby mini-boss. I could have done that if I hadn't pressed the B button like an idiot. Maybe if I was playing with an actual N64 controller, it wouldn't be a problem, but you know what? I don't think it's really worth it to get a converter that allows you to use N64 controllers on your Wii remote. Which, those do exist. I did look up to see if they do exist, and they do. And I think that's really cool. They do exist. But in most cases, I think I would still prefer to just play it on the original hardware, I guess, or use a better controller, because, I mean, there are better controllers than the N64 controller. It's basically just for nostalgia. Hello! Corrupted Kracko, I suppose. Corrupted Kracko. I like it. And... yep, she just crashes into you and dies. Give me that. Give me that, thank you. And with that, we have rescued another crystal. And this girl is back to her senses. Kind of a long boss fight that they put on you for so early in the game. But she's also a partner, and she will help us with all our paint-related needs. She's not gonna put paint power in the game, because that would... I mean... What's paint plus fire gonna be? Really, what? What's it gonna be? Thank you! Thank you for the card. Thank you for the card, and... do I want to keep going? Yeah, I'll keep going. This might be a little bit of a longer episode. In the future, I'm thinking I'm going to tackle 2 levels per video, because each level is split up into 4 levels. At least from what I remember. Except for this one. This has just 3. I'll have to do some research in between episodes, but I don't think it'll be worth it. It's going to be too short for me to just do a video that's 1 episode. Thank you. Yeah, that can happen. That's actually really annoying, and so is dying. First death! I knew it was inevitable, because I'm not good at this game. I don't know if this is actually that much harder than your other Kirby games. I say traditional Kirby games as if this isn't one. It is. It's just got a gimmick that didn't really reappear that much. Some form of it did reappear in Squeak Squad, the Squeakquel. But it doesn't work quite the same way. But we're not doing that as part of this marathon, and if I were to play it for the channel, I would need to buy it on the Wii U, because I don't have a DS or 3DS capture card, and apparently 3DS capture cards are not being made anymore, which makes me very sad that I missed out. It does. I'm gonna need Cutter for an upcoming Crystal Shard. That's what they are. I don't think I've used their proper name until now. And it's actually... I mean, just one alone isn't gonna cut it. I think you can basically combine it with most others, but not... most other powers, but not all of them. I hope I didn't... hold on. This gives me a bit of a flashback to the adventure mode of Super Smash Bros. Melee. I'm not really that big on that game nowadays, but I am nostalgic for the adventure mode, because it is... It's an incoherent story, but it is still cool to revisit, go back to. One of the best parts of that game, in my opinion. Yeah. That was something else. Anyway, this is the first Let's Play recording I've done since MagFest happened. Went to MagFest, had fun, I played Monopoly, and Juan bought me out playing Monopoly. I didn't even know you could do that in Monopoly, but you can. It's Pokemon Monopoly, specifically. So you know. What else did I do? I got pictures with YouTubers I watch. Nintendo Capri Sun, he was cosplaying as Gumshoe from the Ace Attorney series, which I thought he nailed, pretty much. I also got one with Cat Icarus. I bought Stuart Little 2 on PlayStation 1, specifically so I could take a picture of... take a picture with him holding the game, and that was a nice photo. I like seeing him. Catty is... he's a nice guy. Get the gunk out of my throat. And let me ditch this so I can try to show off more varied powers. I don't have 49 to show off, but I have 20-something to show off. I can't do exponentials in my head. I'm sorry. I know. What kind of a math major am I that I can't do differentials in my... It's not differentials that I would need, it's exponentials. Something like that. So interesting. On the Kirby's Dream Collection disc, you can actually press X to cough up your power. Or you can press R. I've been pressing R, which is how you usually do it on the N64. And we got King Dedede, who is not in Mario 3. Of course you would, Dedede. Of course you would, Dedede. But unfortunately, you're about to get possessed. That's not good. Oh no! Bam. Alright. We got a boss fight with King Dedede at the very start of the game. Okay. And again, this is a callback to the fight against King Dedede that's in Kirby's Dream Land 2. 2, right? Pretty sure. It's easy as pie, though. Because, again, early in the game. Oh boy, he's drunk. A drunk penguin! That's not fun. The expressions in this game... Like, these models are primitive, especially by today's standards, and probably were by the time this game came out, because PS2 was either brand new or right around the corner, but, I mean... The smoothness of those, at least coming out of HDMI, this video, whatever, that's impressive stuff, I think, at least for the console. Anyway, we got Wispy Woods, and it's not your average Wispy Woods fight. To cater to the 2.5D gimmick, we got a 3D boss fight against Wispy Woods. Going around in a circle, and we have to hit his kids. His children are his soldiers, and we murdered them. That seems right for Kirby. We can't hit him directly. He's just gonna be in the circle, and Kirby can't just turn his head 90 degrees to hit this. So, you suck up apples, or use your power, and we attack the roots. That's how you would kill any tree, I think. That's how I would kill a tree, just going for the roots. Simple stuff, right? And I would have been done now if I hadn't gotten rid of the power, but that's kind of the point of me getting rid of the power, so that I can fight this in a more controlled environment. Controlled environment, much more how you're supposed to, I guess, but... Cheesed it a little. He cheesed it a little by getting 2 apples. Because that's the rule of Kirby, they just fake... 2... Ah, shoot. Ugh. Yeah, my voice. It might be a little weaker than usual. I don't know, I've been coughing a lot. I don't think I have the coronavirus or anything. But, yeah, I would like to be better. I would like to stop coughing. I don't think I've coughed once in this recording, and I want to keep it that way. I've got a humidifier going off. I'm taking care of myself, I think. I'm eating apples to really make a smoothie. And Wispy Woods is down. And each one of the main bosses of each world gives you a big crystal shard. Hello, Kirby. I'm glad you are here in our hearts. Alright, let's go. And that is the end of the first world. Now we are in Rockstar. Each of them is a rock. I don't think that the names spell out Roy G. Biv or any other thing. I mean, Popstar starts with P. PR doesn't really make a sound. ARP could, I don't know. Anyway, in the next episode, we are going to take on Rockstar. So, I'm sure there will be plenty of gun murder, car stealing, you know, all that good stuff.